hello, hello. I'm just getting things set up over here, Paul, so we can get all of our spoiled agents in across Canada for you
Excellent.
because they
Excellent.
love it. All right. Let's see here. Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. Paul, I understand you just came back from partial work and partial vacation from Australia. Is that right?
I did. Nice to see you, Susan. Thanks for having me today. Yeah, I got back actually last Tuesday evening, so just under a week. I was there for our annual Australia Tourism Exchange Conference. It was held in Brisbane this year. It was excellent as always. We had 2,800 people from all different international markets, 16 international markets where we have representation. Um, and so it was back-to-back meetings for 4 days, fun evenings every night, hosted by a different tourism or regional tourism board. And then, yeah, I went for the weekend to Tangalooma Island Resort on Moreton Island, which is a 90-minute ferry ride from downtown Brisbane, and had a lovely weekend there, just kind of relaxing.
Wow.
So shout out to Chad Croft. I know he's not watching, but he's the international sales manager for Tangalooma Resort. So he was there as well that weekend. There were a couple other industry people there that weekend as well. So it was nice. It was really good.
Well, and you know what that I love about you is that you have like absolutely firsthand knowledge of what you're talking about, and you can relate to it all, and you can give these little crumbs. I see you drop some crumbs for everyone, so it gets them there, right? Which is great. And this is what everyone's here to learn about today. So for
Yeah.
sure. Well,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get started. I'm gonna record this session. And I just want to say welcome. My name is Susan Koyman from Spoiled Agent. As much as I love working with the Spoiled Agent team because we're all such a great family, we also get to work with special people like our friend Paul Larcher, who represents Tourism Australia through Vox International. Yay, Paul!
Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
We're so happy to have you today. And like I said, I know we're going to get started because we've got some people who are really want to learn all about Australia and all the new up and coming things. I know you said this is a great freshened up presentation. So those people maybe want to update or something new or refresher. This is it for you guys today. Okay. And Mr. Paul, I'm going to let you get started in a moment, but I know you have been super, super generous today. And you're giving away not one, not two, but three prizes. Is that right?
3 gift cards, yes. Three
Wow.
$50 cards from giftcard.ca. Um, just to show our appreciation from Tourism Australia to our special agents out there during Travel Agent Month.
That's super generous. And thank you so much. Everyone's saying how generous that is of you. And just so you know, guys, you guys have to qualify by saying on to the question period. You don't necessarily have to ask a question, okay? But we're going to send a report over to Paul, and Paul's going to pick randomly his three winners. If you get an email from Paul or someone from his office, open it up because it is super, super good news. And I also want to point out Tourism Australia has been a great sponsor of our Travel Agent Month here at Spoiled Agent. So every day we have a supplier day, and yesterday was Tourism Australia Day. But it's okay if you didn't get to check out Paul's page. You simply just go to spoiledagent.com, go up to the contest tab, and then you can actually submit your name there as well. Okay, so you can always go back. So we're not going to close it off just because it was yesterday. Paul's page stays open and also his page as well that you can visit to get contacts, how you can become an Aussie specialist, and all sorts of stuff. So as Paul's chatting, I'm going to pop in some links for you guys. And we're live on Zoom. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn and we're live on YouTube. So, Paul, we have all of our spoiled agents covered across Canada for you, our dear friend we love working with. And I'm going to let you get to it. Okay. I'll see you at the Q&A period. So if you have questions, guys, only use the Q&A for questions. Hello, hello, our friends on Facebook. Hello, Bernadette. If you guys have any questions, please add them into the comments and we'll take them as well. All right, Mr. Paul, thank you.
Thank you, Susan. What a lovely intro. My head is getting bigger. So I am going to um, turn my video off, my camera off. I will turn it back on near the end, but um, I just want to have you concentrate on my slides and not my lovely face. So we've got a lot to cover today. It is, as Susan mentioned, this is a brand new PowerPoint. This is the first time I've shown it on Spoiled Agent. So we're going to whiz through some of the basics of selling Australia, talk about why people love to visit Australia, some of the key things in each state and territory that your clients might want to see while they're there. And then we'll just touch on the Aussie Specialist program at the end, as we always do. So, where's my cursor? Let's get this show on the road. I just want to start by acknowledging the traditional Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander owners of the land, sea, and waters of the Australian continent, and recognize their custodianship of culture and country for over 60,000 years. I also acknowledge the numerous Native American tribes and First Nations people from wherever you're joining us today. Now let's take a quick look at what your clients can experience in Australia.
G'day world. Next time you holiday, don't go small. Go Australia. You want peace and quiet? Get 25,000 kilometres of it. Heritage sites, ancient wonders, we've got both. You want fresh? You're cooking that first, right? Dinosaur dips? Yep. Jump here, slide there, swing it, ride it, feel it, drink it, eat it, move it. And definitely do that thing. Whatever you do, don't go small. Go Australia. Come say g'day.
So, don't go small, go Australia. Speaking of size, Australia is big. A lot of people think it's because it's an island, you might be able to go there and see it all within a few weeks. Unfortunately, that's not possible. So just to demonstrate how big it is, we've put the map of Australia over the map of Canada. And as you can see, the distance between Sydney here in the east and Perth in the west is about the same distance as flying from Toronto to Vancouver, about 5 hours. So, you need to keep this in mind when recommending an itinerary to your clients. 2 weeks is the ideal amount of time to see a combination of three places. It's like if you're sending your clients to Europe, you couldn't expect to fit all of Europe in a 2-week itinerary. It's the same concept with Australia. Just a quick capital lesson. We've got Melbourne, which is the capital of Victoria, Sydney, the capital of New South Wales, Hobart, the capital of Tasmania, Perth, the capital of Western Australia, Canberra, the capital of ACT, the capital of all of Australia, Darwin is the capital of Northern Territories, Adelaide is the capital of South Australia, and Brisbane, which I just came back from, is the capital of Queensland. So, myth busting. Just a couple of points before we dive into more details about Australia, what there is to see and do. Australia is a place that many people want to visit, but often there's a reason why they hold back and not turning that dream into a reality. So we want to dispel some of the myths. Let's discuss some of the ways you can address some common barriers and turn that desire to visit into an actual experience that they're going to love. So one of the questions you're going to get probably from a good number of people who you talk to about Australia, I'm worried about the long flight. It's closer than many people assume. As many flights depart at night, travelers board the plane in late evening, have a dinner, maybe a glass of two or of our delicious Australian wine. They settle in, watch a couple of movies, or binge watch a series they'd be meaning to watch, which I did, before getting some shut-eye. Before you know it, it's time for breakfast, and you arrive into Australia early in the morning, usually between 6, 7 a.m. The thing to remember is that flights depart at night. So, for example, if you leave on a Wednesday from West Coast Canada or US, you arrive 2 days later, early in the morning. So you would arrive Friday morning because you cross the international date line. um, and again, most airlines use some of their largest and most comfortable aircraft for these long haul routes. Some travelers assume that you need to have a large amount of vacation time to even consider a trip to Australia. But in reality, you can experience Australia in a short amount of time. A 14-day vacation is a good amount of time to allow visitors to experience a few key locations at a leisurely pace. The great thing is that when your clients go to Australia, they're going to fall in love with the food, the wine, the friendly Aussies, the amazing coastal experiences, the wildlife. So we have a 62% return factor. So your clients are going to want to go back to see more of what they didn't see on their first trip. Again, you can't see Canada during one trip, and it's the same with Australia. And next. So a lot of the um, experiences in Australia are free. A lot of museums are free of charge. They don't charge admission. We have very high quality accommodations and experiences, which ensure good value for money. And also, one thing to think about right now is normally the Canadian and Aussie dollar are almost on par, give or take a couple of pennies. But right now, the Canadian dollar is trending very well against the Australian dollar. I mean, I noticed it when I was there last week. It was quite significant. So I hope that this has maybe helped put some thoughts in your head about helping your clients overcome their hesitation in booking an Australian adventure. It is a long flight. There's no way around that, but so is traveling to Asia or some parts of the Middle East. As I mentioned, Australia is home to amazing, unique wildlife. One-of-a-kind animals found nowhere else on the planet, from the iconic kangaroos and koalas, emus. Spotting enabled animal and wildlife, in the wild, is just one of the unforgettable things you're going to experience in Australia. For example, you could be driving past a golf course and there'll be like a herd of kangaroo just laying around on the green. It's just, that's what they do. You'll see wildlife everywhere. So to see wildlife, we're going to start in the state of South Australia on Kangaroo Island, which is commonly referred to as the Zoo Without Borders. Sorry, there we go. Found right here, just south of Adelaide. So Kangaroo Island is nature lovers' paradise. It's native wildlife, dramatic coastal sightseeing, bountiful farmlands. It's 8 miles off the coast of South Australia, which is one of the best places in Australia to see animals like koalas, kangaroos, sea lions, and that. Next, excuse me, we're going to the state of Victoria. And one of the most popular places to see wildlife in Victoria is Phillip Island. It's famous for the daily penguin parade, which allows visitors to catch a glimpse, excuse me, of the island's native little penguins as they come back ashore after a day of fishing. You can send your clients to Summerland Beach for a 180-degree viewing of the parade, or take a VIP guided tour. I did this a couple of years ago, and it was spectacular. I mean, there were thousands and thousands of penguins that just jump out of the sea in the evening as the sun starts to set. So next, we're going to our largest state in called Western Australia. And one of the popular things to do there is to visit Rottnest Island, which is located 12 miles off the coast of Perth. Rottnest Island's tranquil setting are going to make your excuse me, make your clients feel like they're a world away. Rotto, as the locals call it, is a protected nature reserve boasting an abundance of unique flora and fauna, including spectacular marine life. The water is, as you can see, the water is crystal clear blue, and it's home to the island's most famous resident, the adorable little quokka, which you can see there on your screen. They love to take selfies with visitors. They love to try and steal your food. So yeah, watch out. But anyway, the island has rich cultural heritage, beautiful white sand beaches. It's perfect for swimming and snorkeling. And it's just really a little pocket of paradise. You can do day trips from Perth or from Fremantle. And if your clients would like, there are accommodations on the island if they'd like to stay overnight, and including glamping, which is quite popular. So next we're going to visit Queensland, which is home to the only living organism that can be seen from space, which I'm sure you've heard of, the Great Barrier Reef. So it's 1,430 miles long. It's the largest coral reef system in the world. It's home to over 1,600 species of fish, 411 species of hard coral, and 150 species of soft coral. There were more than 30 species of whales and dolphins, and 6 of the world's 7 species of marine turtles. So there is an abundance of marine life. Your clients can snorkel, scuba, or view the underwater playground from a glass-bottom boat. The Great 8, as we call it, are manta rays, whales, turtles, clownfish, potato cod, giant clams, marine wrasse, and sharks. So it's beautiful. And one area in particular that your clients should visit is called the Whitsundays. So now we're going to talk about Indigenous culture. As I mentioned earlier, the Indigenous culture spans over 60,000 years. A lot of people who are traveling to Australia these days are looking for unique experiences, and an Indigenous experience offers the unique opportunity to connect with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander cultures, gaining insight into Australia's history and traditions, and the important role that they play in shaping the country's identity today. There are Indigenous-led tours, contemporary performances and exhibitions, and there are hundreds of unique and unexpected ways to experience this oldest living culture on Earth. So we are going to go to the top end, Darwin, in the Northern Territory. Kakadu National Park is World Heritage listed. It's Australia's largest national park. Your clients will find rugged cliffs, lush rainforests, rock art galleries that are up to 20,000 years old. They can learn about Aboriginal culture from the traditional owners, take in powerful waterfalls, witness millions of migratory birds that nest among the wetlands. Arnhem Land is a vast, unspoiled wilderness area. Sorry, my phone is vibrating there. Arnhem Land is a vast, unspoiled wilderness area with deep ties to Australia's Aboriginal peoples. The land is wild, spiritual, and really diverse. There are endless coastlines, remote islands, lush rainforests, and savanna woodlands. A trip here is going to ignite your clients' curiosity as they get to know the traditional custodians of Arnhem Land, while on fishing expeditions, outback safaris, and cultural tours. Another popular area up here is Catherine Gorge, which is spectacular to see. You can take a river cruise down. So next we're going to Cairns in Queensland to visit the Daintree National Park. So the Daintree Rainforest is about 2 hours north of Cairns. And in a word, it's like breathtaking. It's a World Heritage listed site, home to the Kuku people, known as the true rainforest people. To these peoples, the rainforest is more than trees and vines. It's contained within its canopy are traditional medicines, delicious native foods, and sacred stories. And it's the only place, by the way, where a rainforest and a beach connect. A little tip or trivia, I guess. Next stop, we're going to the iconic city of Sydney in the state of New South Wales. And this is Margaret. The importance of Aboriginal culture in Sydney and the rest of Australia really can't be understated. The First Nations people have the world's oldest continuous living culture. It's a history created over the millennia. And in Sydney, clients can build a real connection to that culture through the rock, excuse me, the rock art found in the national parks and tours led by elders who share insights into the city's history and sacred sites, and galleries where Aboriginal art rightfully takes the center stage. So this picture is of Auntie Margaret, who founded Dreamtime Southern X. They offer a fantastic 90-minute Rocks Aboriginal Dreaming Tour, which is a perfect introduction to Aboriginal culture, showing a perspective of Sydney that's touching, enlightening, and also very informative. And it's a, sorry, I'm losing my voice. It's a great way for your clients to get an introduction into Australia. If they're flying from North America into Sydney, again, the flight gets in very early in the morning. They're not going to be able to check into their hotel. So you can book them on a tour with Auntie Margaret. Again, the name is Dreamtime Southern X, the company. And they could do check-in, leave their baggage, go meet Auntie Margaret in the Rocks District, which is just near the Opera House. And they can do like a nice, easy, gentle walking tour with Auntie Margaret, then have lunch, and then check into their hotel room. Food and drink. We can't talk about Australia without talking about food and drink. So your clients probably don't want to be in a diet when they visit Australia. Australia serves up produce fresh from the farm and the sea. The thriving food and drink scene is underpinned by award-winning winemakers, distillers, and multicultural chefs. There are spectacular dining locations where clients can savor innovative flavors, and a lot of the menus have like an Aboriginal culture twist to it, like Aboriginal spices. So our first stop is going to be the capital city of Victoria in Melbourne. And if anyone knows anything about Melbourne, you know it's a mecca for all things that are trendy, tasty, and the coffee culture. So Melbourne's famous for its exquisite dining, amazing sports, abundant opportunities to experience art. They have alleyways that are filled with graffiti, but they're licensed. It's not just random people going in and doing it. They're licensed by the city to go in these alleyways and do graffiti art. Also little laneways with little cafes that are down them. It's just very trendy, has a sophisticated food scene. That's really what Melbourne's all about. So next we're going back to Sydney in New South Wales. So Sydney, without a doubt, is one of the world's great food cities. You can dine at a 3-star restaurant where the chef's biggest star is the food, or you can chow down on authentic Asian cuisine in a food hall and have change left from a $20 bill. Sip cocktails made by the globe's best mixologists in a hidden bar, or enjoy a nice cold beer in a neighborhood pub where everyone's your new best mate. Anyone who's a foodie has to visit Sydney. Next, we're going to Uluru, which is in the Red Centre in the Northern Territory. So the Red Center isn't just a phenomenal spectacle in daylight, but come nightfall, the outback sky reveals the wonders of our galaxy. Your clients can soak up the stars over a bush tucker dinner, complete with Dreamtime stories and a breathtaking backdrop of Uluru. Bush tucker inspired buffet showcases ingredients like crocodile, kangaroo, barramundi, which is one of the best fishes that you can eat in Australia. And for dessert, apple crumble and desert lime and macadamia cheesecake. This picture here, The Sounds of Silence, I did this a couple of years ago, and it's amazing. You can either take a coach out to the desert, or you could do a camel ride, which I did, and you have cocktails. You watch the sunset over Uluru in the background, and you can see the mound changing color. And then you walk down a path to these tables and chairs, and there's this beautiful buffet dinner, and someone comes out and talks about the galaxy, has a pointer and points up to the stars. For example, the constellation, the Southern Cross, you can see only in the Southern Hemisphere. And then you walk through the field of light, which is this amazing art light installation. I'm not sure if you know, but Australia is home to some of the world's oldest vines. And we have over 60 wine regions that produce more than 100 different grape varietals. So if you've got clients who are into wine, they have to go to Australia. This map just shows some of our most renowned wine regions. If you look at my cursor, the Swan Valley just outside of Perth, Margaret River, which is about 3 hours south of Perth, which is the largest premium wine producing area in Australia. Then Adelaide in South Australia. A couple of the biggest areas are Barossa and McLaren Vale. The Barossa is just north of Adelaide, and the McLaren Vale is just south. Hunter Valley over here in New South Wales, north of Sydney, is a big wine producing area. I was just there actually not that long ago, and it's a beautiful area, but a lot of the Hunter Valley wines are more boutique vineyards, and they don't mass produce wine. So you might find it very difficult to find a Hunter Valley wine in your liquor store. Then around Canberra, there are wineries. Of course, near Melbourne, we've got the Yarra Valley, which is also a very popular wine area. And down in Tasmania, there are also very good wineries as well. Northern Territory, sadly, they don't have any wineries. It's too dry. So we're going to kind of just focus on the Barossa Valley in South Australia just for a moment. The Barossa is one of the world's great wine producing areas. It has more than 150 wineries and 80 cellar doors. In fact, it's home to the world's oldest continually producing Shiraz, Grenache, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Semillon vines. They have rich reds that are renowned here, as well as fortified wines. When clients are not sipping the region's top drops, they can admire the vines from a hot air balloon, dine at a renowned restaurant, and explore nearby villages and national parks. One of my favorite villages here is Handorf. It was settled by Germans and still has a bit of a German flair to it, but it's a really nice little town just north of Adelaide. So Australia, there's nothing like Australia's national beauty. We have plenty of wide open spaces to explore. Australia is a diverse land of ancient landscapes, wild wildernesses, and natural beauty. World heritage sites, desert outback, mountain ranges, rainforests. This unique land will take your client's breath away. And our first stop is going to be Tasmania. Love Tasmania. Tasmania is got the freshest air in the world, cleanest air in the world. It has natural beauty around every corner. And because of its compact size, it's easy to see a good portion of it by traveling just outside the capital city of Hobart. You can do day trips. It's a wildlife haven. So wherever your clients travel, they're likely to spot the furry little wombats, Tasmanian devils, and wallabies. Hobart is a great city, by the way. And if you've got clients going, try and plan them to be there on a Saturday because they have the Salamanca market, which is this big outdoor market that they're going to love. It's really cool. Oh, where are we going? Going wrong way. Here we go. We're back on track. So now we're going to visit the Blue Mountains in New South Wales, which are, I was just there not that long ago. It's about 2 hours, I think, north of Sydney, if I recall. So the Blue Mountains is best known for its sandstone ridges and native bushland. It's got charming mountain towns, ancient Aboriginal rock art, and the iconic tourist attraction of Scenic World. Clients are going to be enchanted by the natural beauty. There are walking tracks that they can take that loop around cliffs and valleys. And they also will find after dark excitement spotting glowworms in an underground cave, or indulging in a touch of luxury at a wilderness retreat. The reason why they're called the Blue Mountains is because of all the eucalyptus in the area. And because of the cooler air, it melds with the oils of the eucalyptus. And you'll often see when you visit this region, a blue tinge to the air, which is, like I said, why they call it the Blue Mountains. So next we are going to pop over to Melbourne, in the state of Victoria. And one of the probably most iconic things to do in Australia is to experience the rugged beauty along the southwest coast of the state, on one of the most scenic coastal drives, the Great Ocean Road. Great Ocean Road hugs seaside cliffs that snake along wild and windswept Southern Ocean. When you are on the Great Ocean Road, when you look out into the ocean, the next land, not that you would be able to see it, but is Antarctica, which is kind of cool when you're there and think about that. Anyway, they have beautiful beaches, soaring cliffs, bluffs, beautiful green countryside, great surf, natural wildlife. It's excellent for hiking and biking. There are lots of trails. Plus, your clients will find lots of other things to do. You can do a day trip out of Melbourne, which if people are time crunched is okay. But I would recommend doing at least two days on the Great Ocean Road just to do it justice, because there is a lot of things to see and do. Let's see if I can, my voice will last here. Now we're going to Western Australia, up to the top of this the map, up near Broome, and we'll find this area called the Kimberley. So this area is roughly the same size as California, has a population of less than 40,000. The Kimberley region is spread over Australia's entire northwest corner. It's one of the world's last wilderness frontiers, truly. Here your clients will find amazing wildlife, majestic canyons, freshwater swimming holes, several outback stations, as well as one of Australia's greatest four-wheel drive road trips. But despite the area's remoteness, it's also a really great place for excellent food, luxury accommodation, really friendly locals, and one of the most romantic beach towns on the planet, Broome, which is home to famous Cable Beach. A lot of people go to the Kimberley also for luxury yacht cruising. So let's not forget Australia's modern cities, which Australians themselves love to explore. Make sure your clients visit some of the big cities, meet the locals, seek out boutique shopping areas, local designers, small bars hidden down laneways, and experience some of the urban Aboriginal cultural experiences. Just quickly, Sydney's home to must-visit icons like Sydney Harbour Bridge and, of course, the Opera House, both seen here in this slide. But there were always new rooftop bars, theater shows, designer shops popping up all the time. It's got a real urban excitement. But you can also, within half hour, be lying on the golden sand, watching surfers at Bondi Beach. And again, there's Melbourne and Brisbane. Lots of al fresco dining, do picnics by the river, islands just off the coast. I was just at Moreton Island, which is 90-minute ferry ride from Brisbane. I went over there for 3 nights at Tangalooma Island Resort. So it feels like you're miles and miles and miles away, but you're only 90 minutes from downtown Brisbane. And then, of course, you can't talk about Australians without talking about how friendly the locals are. Australians are awesome. They're known around the world for the welcoming nature, adventurous spirit. The Aussie lifestyle are down to earth. They're very laid back. And the invitation to come and say good day is truly genuine, sorry. So we're kind of getting towards the end of this, believe it or not. But let's just take a quick look at a couple of itineraries that are perfect for a 2-week visit to Australia. First timers that go to Australia, if they're there for 2 weeks, want to do the 3 iconic attractions, like we call it Sydney Rock and Reef. So Sydney, Ayers Rock, or Uluru, as it's called now, and then the Great Barrier Reef in Cairns. This is a comfortable itinerary for 2 weeks. Maybe for second timers who are there for 2 weeks, they might want to do something with more wildlife and food and wine, and visit Melbourne, Adelaide, and Tasmania. And just to remind people, we have the Signature Experiences of Australia. To help you sell this amazing destination, we have a carefully curated selection of Australia's most outstanding holiday experiences that represent the very essence of the country, including luxury lodges, great walks, ultimate wineries, Australia wildlife, just to name a few. And all of the experiences in each of these collections are vetted by Tourism Australia. So there are 8 collectives representing 195 tourism businesses, with an inventory of over 750 fully commissionable experiences that can be booked directly via your preferred wholesaler, DMC, or seller. Again, all of them are endorsed by Tourism Australia, so you can rest assured that your clients are getting the very best of what Australia has to offer. And just to illustrate that, I'm going to show you a quick little video.
Life has drawn you here. Feel the warmth pulling you near. Breathe it in and let it fill your heart. It's like love. Cleanse your soul. Feel it in your veins. Breathe it in your lungs, will stay. You've seen it all before, till you found something more. Breathe it in and let it fill your heart. It's like love, yeah. Cleanse your soul. Feel it in your veins. Breathe it in your lungs, will stay. cleanse your soul. Feel it in your veins. Breathe it in, your lungs will stay. It's like love for the
Whoops. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Whoops. What happened there? Let me try and get. It was almost over. There we go.
cleanse your soul. Feel it in your veins. Breathe it in, your lungs will stay.
So, as you can see, Australia is an amazing country. And if you are interested in learning more about the signature experiences of Australia, this is the website. Pretty easy to remember. Signatureexperiences.australia.com. Just quickly, just to wrap things up, just to show you a couple of tools that we have to help travel agents sell Australia. We've got a website called Australia 365 On Demand. Basically, it's an industry menu. It shows over 500 Australian industry company listings, includes like a biography of the company, product that they sell. It has direct contacts. Sometimes they'll offer brand assets, social media links. It's just a fantastic resource for you to tap into. So it's basically like always on trade show. You can search by state or territory, by type of experience you're looking for. I encourage you to go to oz365.australia.com, check it out. It's a great tool for the travel industry. We also have a travel trade hub, and I can send you all these links afterwards. You don't have to try and write them down, but as a follow-up, we can do that. And of course, I can't not mention our Aussie Specialist program. It's one of the oldest training programs that's been around in the industry. We have a team of people in the Sydney head office that keep this up to date. So it's all relevant information. It's not stale dated. To become a qualified Aussie Specialist, it only takes 90 minutes of your time. So it's like 2 glasses of wine. And once you become qualified Aussie Specialist, you get access to destination guides, our most popular itineraries, interactive maps. You get to earn badges, and you get to also earn points that you can redeem in our Aussie Specialist store. So you can earn or purchase like stuffed animals, stuffed koalas, stuffed kangaroos, things like that. We also only invite Aussie Specialists on fam trips and our very popular biannual G'day Australia trip. And again, people who take the Aussie Specialist program say that they 35% sell higher value bookings to Australia after qualifying. And also, again, the 62% repeat travel factor. And also, if you register and complete our Introduction to Australia program by the end of this month, you'll be eligible to win a $200 Air Canada gift card, which is not too shabby. So Susan, if you're still there, hadn't fallen asleep.
No, I've been so busy reading all these amazing comments from everybody between Zoom and Facebook. Like, wow. So many people have been, but they're finding they're still learning something new today. And they love to go back and learn all new adventures.
Cool.
And I think we all know Cheryl. She married an Aussie, but
Oh,
we
Cheryl
learned
Donovan?
something. Yep. But we learned some tea today that Rose on Zoom almost married one, but married a Canadian instead.
Oh,
Susan said a really great presentation. A lot of people are saying they're on their bucket list, which I totally agree. But there's one question that came on Zoom from our friend Bernadette, and also from Debbie on Facebook from Bernadette and Debbie on Zoom. They're both asking how many of the apostles are still standing on the Great Ocean Road?
That's a very good question. I think there are 9.
9.
Yeah.
Okay. Bernadette
But
said she saw them by helicopter last time she was there.
oh, I would love to do that. I've never done that by helicopter. I've only done it from the road, like on the coach, but that would be spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people actually, someone said, let me see, Karen said, I believe that she's going to become an Aussie specialist after this. So just so you know.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, just a couple things here. I'm trying to keep up with these comments are coming in. They're like so great. I want to make sure I try to read as many as I can. So for sure.
I have to apologize for my voice too. Sorry, drinking water, but
It's that allergy season time, right? Like people
yeah, I
aren't
think
sick, but the allergies are out.
yeah.
Okay, so Kimberly on Facebook said, what a really great session. Thank you so much, Paul, just so you know.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Okay, so Kathy said on Zoom, I'm excited because I'm going to be vacationing in Australia for 2 weeks at the end of January.
Oh, great.
So she's going to go to the Great Barrier Reef. What is the best way for her to fly in from? Is it like Sydney, Brisbane?
You can do it from Sydney. You can do it from Brisbane. You either fly into Hamilton Island or Airlie Beach.
Oh,
So it depends where you're going to be staying. Like for example, if you're going to the Intercon, Hayman Island, then it's best to fly into Hamilton Island and then take their private ferry from there. But if you're staying in Airlie Beach, there's an airport right close to town, so you can use that like as a jumping off point for day trips.
okay, great.
But yeah, it's beautiful up there.
Oh, I
That
mean,
this
the
is
whole presentation is beautiful.
it's kind of hard to take a bad picture of Australia.
Okay, let's see here. I actually got a comment. Someone sent me a message, Jillian on Facebook, saying that she's really happy to hear that the specialist program is like 90 minutes long because it used to be back in the day a lot longer. So it's makes it more, doable, which is great.
Yeah, just to become qualified, it takes 90 minutes. Depends on if you know anything about Australia, maybe it might take you a little bit less to whip through. But there are lots of other modules you can go on and take afterwards, once you become qualified, depending on your, interests. For example, if you're a golfer, you might want to take the great golf courses of Australia. If you're a wine enthusiast, you might want to take Ultimate Wineries. We also have a state, yeah, yep. We also have a module for each state and territory. So you can drill down and do modules based on your interest level or that of your clients as well.
Okay, amazing. People are just saying they always learn something new. Tammy's asking, is it possible to get some of the links after shared with an email? So we are always great at doing the follow-up emails. So that's
Yeah,
definitely what that kind of stuff is for.
yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. You have lots of people joining you on Facebook too. Okay, here we are. Debbie says, hi Debbie, was the Blue Mountain area burnt in the fires years ago?
There was some fire damage, yes, but the great thing about the outback and like areas in Australia, it regenerates really quickly. Like Kangaroo Island, I think 60% of the island was damaged by the fires. But if you go to Kangaroo Island now, you wouldn't even know. It regenerates so quickly. When I was in the Blue Mountains, I didn't even notice any areas that were burned, that had been burned. Yeah. So your clients can travel anywhere around Australia, and they won't, like in some of the outback areas, they do controlled burns. It's a just a it's an out it started with the Aboriginal peoples, like they would do it to stop fires from happening, caused by lightning strikes and things. They would do controlled burns, but um, yeah, you wouldn't have clients going to Australia and seeing acres and acres of devastated areas. It regenerates so quickly.
Karen said that she's taken the first trainings for the specialist program. Now she's on her third training. That's great.
Oh, excellent. Thanks, Karen.
Cheryl, who we know frequents Australia, she said she didn't notice any burnt either. So,
Yeah, it
uh,
it it recovers so quickly, thankfully.
okay. So Karen on Zoom said, "What part did you say the Blue Mountains were?
What part?
Where are they? I guess."
Oh, I'm just a couple 2 hours north of Sydney,
Okay.
just kind of northwest of Sydney. Yeah, you can do it in a day trip. I did it when I went. Did it in a day trip. Blue Mountains and a couple of vineyards, funnily enough.
So Rose is asking, and I know you touched on it, but what would be the best route from Toronto?
Uh, it 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 depends. It depends if your clients have a preferred airline. For example, if they like to collect Aeroplan points, they might want to fly Air Canada. Air Canada flies from Vancouver nonstop to Brisbane and Sydney year round. Um, Qantas also we have now year round. We never had Qantas year round before, but Qantas flies from Vancouver to Sydney. We also have Air New Zealand. So if your clients are flying to a destination in Australia, perhaps other than Sydney, for example, if they're going to Adelaide or Melbourne, then Air New Zealand is a good option because they fly through Auckland. They don't have to go through security or anything. It's a small airport. It's a seamless connection, and the good thing is you avoid connecting in Sydney. Like you can fly right from Auckland to like Adelaide, Cairns, Melbourne, whatever. Um, because if you have clients that are flying into Sydney and then connecting directly to somewhere like Melbourne or Adelaide, they have to collect their bags, go through security, get on a bus, travel. It seems like for half an hour. It's not, but it's you have to go to the domestic terminal and you have to recheck in and everything. So I when I'm talking to agents, I always say if you've got clients, if they're not flying directly into Sydney and staying there, if they're connecting onwards, Air New Zealand is a nice option because you avoid that kind of messy connection. And then we also have Fiji now out of Vancouver through Natty, and they have free stopovers in Fiji. And then from Fiji, you can fly nonstop to 7 destinations, I think it is, in Australia. So that's another nice option. Or you can connect through the US. If you know you're interested in doing that, you can connect through San Francisco, LA, Houston. There's lots of options.
That's great. I mean, there's tons. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, Debbie's asking, I feel Brisbane and Melbourne are similar. Other than the beach in Brisbane, what do you feel is a major difference?
um, they are, I guess, they are and they aren't. Look, Melbourne is it's I think it's I might get shot by someone from one of these states and territories if they watch this. Melbourne is very cultural, I think. Um, like it's got more cafe culture. Brisbane is, I love Brisbane. I was just there for a week, and Brisbane's a fast growing city. It's, I think, the fastest growing city in Australia right now. So it's very modern. There are lots of new buildings. Um, it's, yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a good jumping off point if you're going north to the Sunshine Coast or going south to the Gold Coast. Um, Melbourne's great jumping off point for the like Yarra Valley for the vineyards or Phillip Island, the Mornington Peninsula, the Great Ocean Road. So they're kind of, I mean, they're both two big cities, but both have different things to offer. I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah, not for sure. And I guess it depends what you're looking for, right? As
Yeah.
well. Okay, that's a great answer. Joanna on Zoom said, what's the best beautiful place to go for swimming adventures?
For swimming adventures. Well, the Great Barrier Reef obviously is
Yeah.
a first choice. As I mentioned earlier, the Whitsundays area, Hamilton Island, Airlie Beach, or you go further north to Cairns, and that's kind of like they call it the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef. Cairns, you can do great day tours out to the reef for snorkeling and swimming. You can go an hour north of Cairns to Port Douglas, which is another, it's a smaller town. I really like Port Douglas. It's very walkable. And again, you can do day trips out from Cairns to the Great Bear and, sorry, from Port Douglas, but you can also just go north of Port Douglas to the Daintree Rainforest and experience that wilderness and Aboriginal experiences. So Great Barrier Reef is probably one of the better places to go swimming.
Okay. So do your specialist program, guys. If there's ever FAMs, this is how you get considered, right? These types of things.
But the Great Barrier Reef, it's huge. I mean, it's like as long as the west coast of the United States. So, I mean,
Oh,
there's
wow.
hundreds of small towns and resort areas up and down the coast.
Wow. Just a comment. Jana, who is in Newfoundland, said, "I rang in the Millennium in Brunswick Head. Loved it."
Great. Nice.
She got tons of loves on Facebook about that comment. All right, I'm just double checking here. A lot of people are specialists. They want to go on a fan with you. Lots of great comments. Thank you, Paul. I mean, my goodness, Paul, you did great today. We all learned something new.
Thanks. I mean, it's a lot to cover. It's such a big country, so I probably talked fast, but hopefully you got something out of it. Like it's kind of hard to cram in a 20-minute webinar. So hopefully people got something out of it.
They're saying awesome webinar. Everyone's popping it up. So really great job.
Thank you.
And then someone said your speaking speed was perfect, Paul.
Oh, cheers.
Amazing. Well, listen, I want to thank you for everything. And don't forget, there's not one, not two, but three lucky spoiled agents are going to hear from you maybe next week or so when you guys get yourselves organized, because it is a long weekend approaching. And if you get an email, then it's really good news. Open it up. And I know that Paul and his team do a great follow-up email with links and things. We send them, of course, all of the comments and questions. So they have them as well to see what you guys are looking for in the follow-up. So Paul,
Great.
it's always a pleasure. We love you here at Spoiled Agent. We love working with you guys and the whole Vox team. Thank you so much for all of your support. And don't forget, everybody, yesterday was Tourism Australia Day for Spoiled Agent, the month-long celebration. And don't forget, you can just go to the contest tab and click on Tourism Australia to enter as well, so you don't miss out. But also, I also put the links to Paul's page for spoiledagent.com. And you just go down to tourist boards and click on Tourism Australia. You're going to get to see how to be a specialist, Paul's contact, all this great information he's talking about is there as well.
Thank you, Susan. And thank you to all the spoiled agents who have tuned in today. And thank you for all of your support. And for any of you who are selling Australia, we really appreciate it. And Canadians are traveling to Australia right now in droves. Like our numbers are really, really good. People just love Australia. And like I said, you sell them once, they're going to go back.
That's it.
So thanks again, Susan, and all the ladies at Spoiled Agent. You do such a great job.
Thank you, Paul. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.